Hi there everyone, welcome to Mailchimp training. I'm Nathan, Sarah's husband, and this here is Mailchimp. So I'm going to assume at this stage you've managed to go to mailchimp.com and sign in or sign up and get yourself logged in. When you get logged in, you'll get taken to this page here. This is your home screen, and it can tell you information about your audience and activity. We can do some further training on that in the future if you'd like. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to have a look at how to add people to a list. So because obviously what you're going to need is you're going to need a list to be able to send it out to everyone, rather than having to input everybody's email every time. So Sarah has already gone ahead and created a list, which is Snooks Books Independent Usborne Organiser. If you wanted to create a new one, just click on the little Create List button here, and click where it says Create List. That's fine. You can give a list a name, add all the details, and go through all of these bits. But we're not going to worry about that right now. If you need me to go through this, or you want Sarah to go through it, please let us know. What we're going to do is we're just going to click the Add Contacts button. So if you needed to add somebody new to your list, you could just click this one here. Sorry, I didn't need to click it, already had it selected. And you can either import from a file, so there's different file types you can use, such as separated values, which most of you probably have no idea what it is, or you can use an Excel spreadsheet. Then you can use integrated services such as Google Contacts and things like that. So you might have your mailing list already set up in your Gmail. That would be Google Contacts, so you can import from there. We're not going to go through that right now. We're going to go back, and we're just going to click Add a Subscriber. So all you need to do is pop an email address in, first name, last name. You don't need to worry about the physical address, but although I would change it to UK. Phone number, again, optional, but if you want to keep all of your contact details in one place, can be quite useful. Birthday is in American format, not UK. Just a warning. Tags, I'm not going to go through those right now. Again, if you want Sarah and I to go again through those in the future, you can just let us know. And you must already tick this box here to say that they've given you permission for you to email them. Otherwise, obviously, Mailchimp won't send an email to them. And if the person's already on the list, you can check this one here, and that'll update their profile, which can be handy if you've forgotten that somebody's already on there, they've given you a new email address, something like that. I'm going to go back out of there, and we're going to go to campaigns, and we're going to create a new one. So easiest thing to do, create campaign. We're just going to do an email campaign. Again, the rest of these we can go through another time if you'd like. Just let one of us know. So we're just going to click on the email button, and we're going to put a name in. Now, because Sarah's already had a little play and shown me what I need to do as well, we're just going to go and click Group Iridescent Mailchimp. So I'm not going to type it in because it's already saved that there for me. Right, so now we need to select who we're going to email from this. So we can just choose the list that we've already created, rather than having to do it again. And we can choose all subscribers on the list. There are segments as well we can put people into if we want. And that could be useful for other mailing types as well. We can personalize the to field by clicking this box, this tick here. And we've got the options F name, L name, F name, L name. That just means first name, first name, and last name. Or you can obviously choose custom. So I'm just going to put first name, so it'd be Sarah, Nathan, Joe, as the to field. And we can save that one. Now the from is already set up because that's my account, Sarah's account, it's not mine. Sarah at Snooks Books. And we can change the subject if we want, so we can put this in here. We'll just put Mailchimp training. And apparently, if you put emojis in it, I'm not going to use characters, we'll use an actual emoji. It's supposed to make people read it more. I don't know anything about that, but that's apparently what it shows. If you want to put a little bit of preview text, so this will show just underneath the subject line in the recipient's email box. So you could say this email is about Mailchimp training. There we go. And then we want to actually put the content in. So in some ways, this is the most important bit. Obviously, subject is incredibly important as well, because without the right subject in there, your users or your recipients aren't going to be interested in your email. But anyway, we've done that. So we're going to go on to design email. There are plenty of templates in here, so you can choose one to suit whatever you want. But we're just going to put the basic one column, just as an easy option. Okay, so now we've got onto the base design here. So what we're going to do, we're going to ignore these bits that are here at the moment. We're just going to get rid of logo. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to the right hand side here. We've got all these content sections. So these are different sections you can put into your email. So we're going to pick up image, and we're just going to drag that and pop that in there. When we hover over this, we get a few different options. We've got drop an image or browse, and you've also got this edit block here. Now you can just drag an image in from your desktop or from a folder somewhere if you've got one saved, or you can click the browse button to have a look in your own files here, and the edit option will get you through to here as well. So you can either upload directly by clicking the button up in the top right, or import from URL. So I'm going to quickly show you how to import from URL. So I'm going to go to pixabay.com. This is a great, stunning, as they say, stunning free images, and they're all royalty-free stock photos. So you can feel free to use these without any licensing concerns. So what we're going to do, we're just going to pick a photo. Let's pick something fairly pleasant. I quite like this one. So if we right-click on the image, so obviously you could download this if you wanted by just clicking on the free download. You get different options of sizes, and you can click download. We're not going to do that. We just want the URL, because to be honest, this preview image here is going to be big enough for an email. You don't want your images in your email to be too large, or they will get rejected by the user's email server, recipient's email server, sorry. So if we right click on the image, we can click copy image address. And then we can go back to Mailchimp, click on that little drop down and import from URL. And then we're just going to paste the URL in there. And we click OK, and we start that, and then it's uploading that one. And there we go. We've got that image now in that image box at the top of the email. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got a little text box. We could, obviously, let me get out of that minute. Oh, save and close, sorry. We could drag a new text box in if we wanted, but there's one there. We'll just use that one for now. So we're going to just change the text in here. Let me just, I don't know why I did that. I had that up. Let me close that down. So we're just going to change the text in here. So we've got some text prepared, so I'm just going to copy that over from Word. So we want to have a little title in there. Oh, that's not it. Let me do that one again. I pasted by mistake. There we go. So let me just copy in the title from the Word document I've got prepared. And on here we're just going to make that bold, and we will increase the text size. Then we're just going to copy in the content of the email as well. I'm not going to spend too much time worrying about styling this, because obviously this is very similar to other document readers, other Word style programs you may have used in the past. So we're just going to save that one and close that. So we've got our text in there. Right, okay, so we're just going to add in another image. So I'm going to drag that block in there. And this one I'm just going to drag from my folder that I've got prepared. So I'm just going to drag that in. Unfortunately, you won't see me dragging it from the file, but you would probably have seen me just drop it on there. So we're just going to wait for a moment whilst it uploads. And it is giving us a little warning that the image is too large. So we're just going to click on the little box here that says, let's fix that. Well, let's fix it. So what we can do is lock dimensions, and if we just over here, change that to 1200 wide. And save. There we go. That's changed that, because we've just changed the width. We've rescaled the image to be 1200 pixels wide, which is absolutely fine as far as Mailchimp's concerned. Right, and then we've got the social media links down here. These are not filled out, so we're just going to fill those out. Sarah doesn't really use Twitter, so we're going to take that one off. So we're just going to put in facebook.com, Snooks Books. Alright, so we've just put the Facebook link in Snooks Books, and link text can just be Snooks Books Facebook page. And then we've got website, which is snooksbooks.co.uk. There we go, we've linked in the website. So if you're recipients of the email, click on either of those links, it'll take them to the relevant page, okay? And we save and close that one. Down here we have got our footer, which we could obviously drag and drop in from over there, but I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. The footer is quite useful because it's got obviously your copyright information in there, so you want to keep that in there so people just can't just take it and use it. Okay, we're just going to edit some of the contents of this, so we're going to take out the mailing address. Want to change how you receive these emails, we want to keep that in there so that people can unsubscribe from the list automatically. And again, we can take out the rewards. Then at the bottom of this, we're just going to put in a little bit of prepared text. Okay, so we're just going to go to edit contact info, so sometimes people forget they signed up for an email newsletter. So essentially we're going to put a little bit of information in there. So this little disclaimer here, we're just going to change. It's already set up in there. So it says you're receiving this email as you opted in via an Osborne free prize draw slip. We're not going to change that. We'll just keep that one there. That's fine. And then we are just close that one, and then we are going to, at the bottom of the footer text, we're just going to put in snooksbooks.co.uk, sarah@snooksbooks.co.uk, just to put the contact information in there. And we'll save and close that one. Then the other thing we're going to do is we're just going to add in a button. And this button is going to be a link to Sarah's previous video on Google Docs. So previous Google Docs training. And then we're just going to copy the link for the video into there. And yeah, we don't need to worry about the advanced options. I wouldn't worry about those at all. If we go to style, we can change the style of the button if we want. So we can add a little border around the button. We can change the color of the button, if the color of the border. We can change the background of the border. And this is where I'm going to start showing you some rather cool stuff you can do with the colors. So if you've got a specific color you want to use, or you want to find a particular shade of, in this case, well, we'll go with green because I've already got it on the screen. So all I've done is I've done a quick Google search for green color chart, and I've gone to images, and this has given me a lot of different shades of green. And what I have got installed on Google Chrome is this little thing up here. That's the Color Pick eyedropper, and I'll put a link for this in description below because it's really useful. If you click on it once, you get your pointer will change to that little crosshair. Then you can click on the color you want. And this code here is the hex code. So if you copy that code is representative in HTML of the actual color that's there. So if we go back to the campaign builder and we click on this one, we go to hex. We need the hashtag because we won't have copied the hashtag. So if you delete that, make sure you put it back in. And then just paste in the code that you copied. Hit return, and then the button has changed to that green color. We can obviously do that for the text as well, and we can change other options around the text. So I'm just going to save and close that one, and we're going to do a little bit of styling on this email. Right, so in terms of styling, what we're going to do is we are going to change the page background for a start. So FA is the whitish color. So we have got a code already set aside for this one. So we're just going to pop this in here. So again, it was a purple, but it is purple. Yeah. Sorry, Sarah was questioning if it was purple because we put that colour aside a little while earlier in preparation. But again, I just used the little eyedropper thing, and we did a purple colour chart instead of green. And so we got that nice purple there. Okay, so with regards to design and styling your email, there's plenty of options you can go through. You can change pretty much all the colours on there. You can change all the fonts. You can change the text. You can change the images. I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs. You can go and have a play. Go and have a fiddle with it. But one thing I would suggest is you get yourself a colour palette together. So rather than just using different colours every time you make an email, use the same colours, or not necessarily the same colours, but the same range of colours. So if you have a purple and a green, don't necessarily mean that you have to do your next email with a background purple again. You could do the background green and use the purple elsewhere. Change it up a little bit, but keep the same sort of palette, keep the same sort of scheme, because it will build a bit of trust with your recipients. They will know what your emails are like. They'll know what to expect from you. Okay, so that is the basics of how to put the email together. So we're just going to go and save and close that one now. So now we have the content. So we've got the to, we've got the from, we've got the subject, we've got the content. All of those are ticked. So we now have a campaign link for it, so we can share that. We can add social posts to the campaign if we want. This is essentially ready. So what we can do now, we can either save it as a draft by clicking finish later, or we can send it immediately, or we can schedule it for another time. So scheduling can matter. One thing I have been taught by some social media people that I've spoken to, some people that are into marketing, set up a schedule for your emails. Send them at the same time. Send them at a suitable time. So your target audience, that's likely to be young mothers. When's a good time to target them? Once the kids have gone to bed, but not too late. So set them to send around about 7:30 in the evening. It's a good time for them to get it. I'd make it on the same days as well, so they can expect it. There are paid options, paid features you can choose, but simply, easiest option, set a date, set a time, schedule campaign, and then you're done. So one thing I haven't done is preview it yet. So if we click on the image here that says preview, we can have a quick look. And that is what the email is going to look like. So you've got desktop and mobile, what it will look like. I'm not sure what's happened to my purple background. Let me have a quick look at that. Did I not save it? Maybe. That's fine. If we go back to edit, we can edit anything we want on there. Still, because we haven't sent it at this stage. So yeah, no, it doesn't look like I saved it, does it? So let's just change that back. How about save and close? So now if we go back to the preview, we've got the purple background on it, and the purple, it looks like a purple border on mobile. That's just because it's of how it's sized, that's all. But you can see the preview, you can see the changes saved. Now what you could also do is you could send a test email, and to do this, just put in your own email address, send test, and then you'll get the email in your inbox. And that is pretty much everything to go through with the basics of Mailchimp. So if there's more you want either myself or Sarah to go through in the future, please let Sarah know, or drop a comment in the comments below, and we can have a look at those in future. Thank you for your time, and goodbye.